Welcome to this Live for Five on this Thoughtful Thursday. We have the amazing Dr. Jamie with us. Dr. Jamie, what quick tips do you have for us today?
Thanks for having me again. So we started talking about highly sensitive people and the gifted, and today I wanted to piece out a little bit about the gifted, that their strength, like we mentioned before, is that they have this authenticity meter. They have a good sense of what feels authentic to them. They have a good sense of other people, if other people are authentic, or systems like school or teachers. They have a sense of if like this person's operating in authenticity or not, or does it feel fake? This is a wonderful strength. As you can imagine, it can also be a challenge because there's lots of inauthenticity out there. People are just doing the best they can, but a lot of it comes with these inauthentic strategies that the gifted just pick up on. So when we're coaching the gifted, adults and children, we want to help support them in that. And the first thing I like to do is just normalize and validate that it feels inauthentic to them. So for example, I have a lot of kids who will say, including my own kids, who will say, I don't know why we're learning this in school. I am never going to use it. It's not interesting. I can't even see how it's going to be applicable. And so, so the first thing I do is just normalize and validate and say, yeah, I get it. Like I can kind of see how maybe it's a stretch to think that you're going to need to learn how to multiply fractions in everyday life. And it might feel inauthentic learning something that doesn't seem practical. But what is authentic for you is strengthening your brain, because we want that beautiful brain of yours to be getting a workout so that when you do the things that are authentic, you do it really well. So we want these fractions that you're dealing with is like a brain workout. It's strengthening your brain so that when you do things, when you need spatial skills or you need problem solving for the fun stuff or the stuff that you're passionate about, you're going to have that skill set for that. So it's helping them get around doing something that feels authentic by reframing it, first normalizing and validating it, and then reframing it so that it does feel authentic and they can get around that task.
That's such a good point. And also, like, even did you want to talk about the social graces? And like, you know, I noticed like with working with kids sometimes, you know, like the inauthenticity, like they might not want to greet somebody or greet a friend. And so we talk about, you know, how you know, like you said, like we kind of normalize it and say, I get it. It kind of feels a little bit fake, but just kind of, we want to honor people, and we know that you want to be authentic and be kind. And so, you know, there's just that 15 seconds of just saying hi to somebody, asking how they are.
Yeah, we kind of take for granted that a lot of our culture has kind of these social graces that are kind of inauthentic in a way. Like we're saying, hi, how are you? And we don't actually care, and we're tired, and we just want to go home. But we have these social graces that say, okay, I'm putting my stuff aside because I'm going to say hi to this person and at least just say, hey, how's it going? So, but if authenticity is hard for you, like, why am I saying hi, how are you, when I don't really care? I actually don't want to know how they're doing. So it feels inauthentic. And you're like, okay, I'm going to normalize and validate it. You're right. Maybe you don't love this person. Maybe you don't really know how, you don't really care too much of how they're doing. But what I do know is authentic for you is that you believe in kindness and you believe in honoring people the best way you can. And actually, this is a way that our culture tries to honor people and be kind to people by simply just saying, hi, how are you? And waiting for their response. It's a really quick way to show kindness and honoring. And that part I know is authentic for you. But you're right, sometimes it doesn't quite feel like it's real for you. But what is real is being kind to the other person. And they can usually get around it a little bit better that way.
Yeah, and even like when I'm working with kids, I'll even ask them, like, do you want to say hi to that friend at the park, or do you want to wave, or do you want to smile? And so there's different ways to show respect or honor too. Like it doesn't have to be like the formal, you know, with the little ones at the park. It could just be like, you could just wave, and that could touch somebody and make them feel good, or just even making eye contact with somebody, right?
I love that. Yep. So what's the best way, what does feel authentic? Which way do you want to honor and be kind? Is another great way of having them be on board for something that's important in our culture and our society.
Yeah, the social graces, and like letting them choose which one they feel like is authentic to them. And so it's a win-win. We're being respectful and we're honorable, and then they're being authentic and choosing the one that fits them, you know, in that mood and in that time. So I hope that added value to you, and we will see you next week.
Bye.